All right, test one, two, test one, two. Sure, we are good, which I think we are. All right, test one, two, test one, two. How about that? Alrighty. Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Saturday. Sunday. Sorry, happy Sunday afternoon. Gosh. Happy to be live again. Today I am in Eissentam and I am chasing waterfalls in No Man's Sky as part of the World's Part 1 update. Now, as you may be following, if you've seen my most recent video or followed the last stream, we had come to some interesting hunches. I won't say conclusions, and today I'm testing those hunches because I have found that there might be some discrepancies between galaxies. Previously, when we were in Galaxy 30, we had found some trends to suggest that the F-class plan or the F-class, sorry, F-class star systems were congregated near the galactic core in Galaxy 30. And the F-class star systems seem to be the ones that we were finding the most floating islands with waterfalls. However, I decided I wanted today to just bounce out to Galaxy 10 just to see if the same sort of hunches could apply to my search. And hold on, let me grab my controller here. And I am parked literally at the galactic core of Eissentam in Galaxy 10 right now. I'm in my freighter. Let me get out of this view here. Pow. I've already spent over the course of the weekend, I've had bits of time, and I started just jumping into this. And what I found was that, hold on, let me get back in here. In Eissentam, absolutely the complete opposite of Sudzerbal, Galaxy 30, the galactic core is surrounded by star systems, yellow star systems, and they're all G class. You know, it's like, grr, gosh darn it. Citris, how you doing, buddy? Welcome aboard. Um, I had seen your message too that you were finding a lot of G-class star systems, yellow star systems in weird places. Um, and again, as I was saying, I got a little bit of time right now, so I wanted to check into this because I've been just popping in and out, when I've been feeling pretty good, and checking in on F-class star systems, and I wanted to jump over to Eissentam and see if our theories sort of worked. And I found the exact opposite. I've checked maybe 25, 30 different star systems all around the galactic core in Eissentam. And I have found that I have not found not one star system with floating planets. And that bummed me out. But what it did do is it gave me the impetus to say, okay, you know what, maybe I should go check out in the outer rim area and see if there are an abundance of F-class yellow star systems and if I would have any better luck finding the floating islands with the waterfalls. Seems to be region by region. Oh, interesting. So then as Citris said right here, that it seems to be by region by region. So when you're looking at it on your star map here, underneath the name of it, you're going to see region. And this one is like the Nagkano Mass. That's the name of the region. So in this region, if you were going to be going to the galactic core, it would map you to this particular star system. And you can see that sort of yellow line jumping up. No, that's not what I want. Jumping out to the galactic core. So hold on. Switch the destination over to galactic core. So, for example, if I were heading to Galaxy 11, boom, this is it. This is as close as I can get if I were coming from this region. So, all right, let's get out of here. Since I'm in my freighter, which has certainly better range than my starship, let's see if I can't bounce over to another cluster, another region, and see if that holds true. We need to expand these a little bit. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. And expand. Okay, so this is a different region over here. And maybe we have to get more than one or two regions away. I don't know. But again, I'm seeing a lot of G's over in this region as well. But I'm going to go ahead and let's just keep on. It's getting visually lost over here. All right. Let's even keep going a little farther. All right, so this is a different region, the Smanieric sector. And again, looking like G's as well. Let me just look around a little bit more just to make sure I'm not just making a grand conclusion off of only looking at one star system here. All right, so this is the third region I've kind of checked out. Let's go over to another region. It's still within my range. And again, G seems to be the prevalent star system, yellow star system class in this region too. And again, I've already like bounced around a whole bunch around the core, um, and I have not, as of yet, found any just straight F systems here. Yeah, 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 right. Um, Actually, all right. So I'm saying yeah, yeah, right, because I'm commenting on Citris's comment here, where I found many G-class star systems near the core in Sudzerbal as well. He's right. I have too. It's true. So it's worth, before making a conclusion on this whole matter, to spend a little bit more time. And I'm sorry about the motion sickness here. Um, Bouncing around the core here in Galaxy 10 before I just sort of write it off that there are no F-class star systems here. So I'm going to be trying to just kind of hit a few different regions. So I'm going to try to cover some ground, see if I can't bounce around the core a little bit more and possibly bump into an F-class star system. But I think that we probably both agree, I hope, or at least certainly the evidence seems to suggest that F-class star systems are the ticket, though. Um, so as of yet, I think the only one, correct me if I'm wrong, the only one we found is that one G2 system where U Thunder had found a system with floating islands. I'm lost system. Oh, that's ridiculous. Discovered by Hannibal 4525. I love it. Love it. Players have a good sense of humor like that. That's just ridiculously funny. Oh my god, that's awesome. And just for hoo-ha's, let's just go into the system. I love it. I'm lost. Discovered 3 years ago by Hannibal 4525. Hey Hannibal, if you're out there, awesome dude. Paradise planet right off the top. And with balmy weather, but it may not have oceans. Decaying nuclear planet. And a vapor planet with vile brood. So we have one potential in this system. And you know what? Let's just go check it out. Let's just go check it out because you know what? That's what we do. We check stuff out. All right. Again, my hopes aren't high. We have not had a lot of success in G-class star systems, but you know, these kind of rabbit holes are at least on topic. So, let's go check it out. Where are you, buddy? No, not the Vapor planet. No, thank you. It's probably this one. There we go. Now, looking from space, there's definitely no signs that there are floating islands there. Doesn't mean they're not, but you can already tell, even at this sort of high altitude, probably not. Although I have been finding planets that do have floating plants. Found a few of those. This doesn't seem to have either. Nothing floating here. Although, interesting sort of valley. I like that. That's kind of pretty. But let's not get too sidetracked. Let's get back up into space. Alright. And we need our freighter, really. This particular ship is certainly not really well set up for deep space exploration. Oh, Citris, I wanted to mention, I was able to get my DPS up on this thing with my Infraknife to 77,000. Let's see if I can show you that. Here we go. 77,332. And there's still a little bit more room to grow, but honestly, I mean, this thing shreds. You were totally right. I think that there's sort of like just a point of, there's no real point once you go past it, the DPS on your Infraknife, and it certainly is ridiculous. I hit the fire button and the audio glitches out, the video glitches out. It's just like, oh, okay. Okay. All right, where we go? No, upgrade. Let's get to our freighter warp map. And hello, everybody watching. Hello. All right, so we're in the system I'm Lost, which is near the galactic core of Eissentam. And I've been looking for F-class yellow star systems here, and I have not found any. But the current idea is that kind of bouncing around to a few different hold on. There we go. That's the galactic core. We're bouncing around to a few different regions around it to see if we can find a region that does have a predominance of F-class star systems. But as of yet, nope. What we've really what I've been coming up with is a massive, overwhelming abundance of G-class yellow star systems, and no such luck in terms of no luck in finding the floating islands with the waterfalls here. Also, I wanted to mention that I saw there was a comment on the channel where someone said that they had found a floating island, they had built a base, and they had logged in, and the island was gone, but the base was still up there floating in the sky. And, well, that sucks. And I was thinking to myself, I'm wondering if that's a rendering in issue or if that's a glitch issue. And I hadn't really seen anybody else really reporting that particular problem, but I just think back to when I was flying on my PlayStation 4, and I would always have rendering glitch issue problems like that. So I don't know how I would advise that person, because it's like, well, you're talking about problems that certainly I've seen manifest, and maybe the good question would be what system or what console or are you running on? All right, I got to pay more attention to what I'm doing here. All right, so looking through the different clusters as I kind of just zoom around here, as I certainly can with the ship. Again, G1, PF, G7, and we're in the Ravos Void. Love it. G6F, G6 Water. So again, I've been finding a ton of G star systems and nada on the Fs. What if I could just shoot straight across the void? Do I have enough range for that? I don't know. It looks like I have kind of gone a wee bit off course here. How about the Flevich quadrant? Okay, that's not even really pronounceable. I don't think my mouth can make that sound. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking that he was having some rendering issues, and I think that the rendering issues are across all platforms. I mean, this is such a massive game, to get it to work correctly on every platform might be a kind of a holy grail kind of situation. But yeah, I've even run into some rendering issues here, but I'm just so glad that it's not crashing like as much as it was a few weeks back. That was a bit ridiculous and frustrating. But nonetheless, when I was getting ready to stream, I logged in. I went to one of my planets, one of my bases in Eissentam, and went to go launch my ship, and the game crashed. So no, don't crash. Hope it doesn't crash. Alrighty, so here we are. We are in Eissentam, and I think I just went into a new system. So just for hoo-ha's, let's go take a look at it. Okay. The last one was funny. The system's name was I'm Lost. Alright, so this is Cabiso Cad, discovered 4 years ago by Legendary 3 on the PlayStation guy. Hyperborean planet, a boggy planet, and a desert planet. None of these fit the profile. So we're not going to waste any time here. Let's get back over to our galaxy map. Again, I'm not going to spend too much more time looking around the core here, because I am very interested in bouncing out to the outer rim and seeing if I find a bunch of F-class systems out there. I'm wondering just if it's the opposite scenario as it is in Galaxy 30. But I will do a little more bouncing here first. All right. Hello, core. How are you, sir? All right, I always seem to go to the left, so let's go to the left. That way we know we're not going to be backtracking over ground we've already covered. So here we go. Here's a great example. Like here is a ton of yellow star systems. G, G9, G2PF, G6F, G1PF, G7, G3. Okay, you get the idea. So this is the Deporio quadrant. So let's keep on boogieing. Quadrant over here. Now, the Surat terminus. G, 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 G7, G0P, G2. All right, let's keep on boogieing. Yeah, all right. Oh, look at this. Score F-class planets. So, I think you are right, my friend. And that is that you just got to kind of look around a little bit more. The galaxies are big places, and there are a lot of star systems. And so grand sweeping conclusions are a little bit more difficult to make. So here we are in Galaxy 10 by the galactic core, and we have just come across a region, the Kidmer conflux. And this does seem to have the prevalence of F-class yellow star systems. So let's look for an F5 or something along those lines. Take a peek. This renews my faith in humanity. Or at least makes me hungry. I'm not sure which. Hard to tell the difference sometimes. F8, F9, no, F6. That's pretty close. We'll keep looking around here. F6F, F4PF, F0, F4, F2. Man, they're not making it easy. All right, F4, F5F. Here we go. And this is a pirate-controlled system, so you might want to stop off at the starbase there as well. But good news. So yes, there are F-class systems in clusters or regions around the galactic core in Galaxy 10. You just got to go look for them. So they're there. Good news. Now, with a little bit of luck, or a lot of luck and fingers crossed, we should have something in the range of a 1 in 5 chance of finding the planets with the floating islands and the waterfalls if we target Lush Planets, and, well, we'll just have to see. Now, I'm not going to slow down too much, except for, hopping into a starbase in each system, perhaps. I'm going to try to cover some ground here, because really this is about finding those islands. A verdant planet, and that is on the list of Lush Planets. And it's got temperate weather, and it looks like it's got oceans, and the grass is green and the oceans are blue, or vice versa. So this one is a candidate, Psycho. Psycho. It's a funny way to spell it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Psycho, on the planet Psycho. Obsidian bead, nope, not on the list. An infested planet, nope, don't even need to go there. Oh, gory. All right, let's go Psycho. Let's go to Psycho. All right. Let's go check it out. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm very, very happy about this. Ooh, down to 2 people watching. Just you and me, kid. All right. I'm pretty sure that's it right there. Verdant planet. I do find it interesting, too, that it's not always the paradise planets that these floating islands are found on. That's pretty cool. So it does range over the whole group of Lush planet types. Oh, sure thing. I'm pretty sure I have it all set up so that you can join in right on the party. And your mic should be live. This looks pretty cool. I'm digging this. This is pretty slick. I'll fire out coordinates once I get in here. There we go. Once I get to a darker colored background is really what I'm trying to say. Probably be helpful if I got on the planet too. Planet Psycho. All right. Well, Planet Psycho, we already know, does not have floating islands. But it does have those large sort of stumpy rocks, which are kind of cool to build bases on top of. Excellent. We do have a whole bunch of markers showing up, or at least one that seems to be popping up all over the place, and now I can't even see it at all. How wonderful. Whoa, what's that? Holy cow. Is that a plant? Is that a building? Oh, it's a crashed freighter. Oh, okay, okay. Just saw it from a very bizarre angle. So I'm like, what the heck? Well, I'm not going to turn down a little bit of free stuff. Alright. So the trick, I suppose, is if you happen to be coming across one of these guys, crashed freighter on the ground, you hop into your visor, your analysis mode, in analysis mode, I should say, and you're poking around for these cargo pods. So there's definitely a few, and you have some pretty good chance to find some pretty cool stuff. what I like to do is I like to tag them because you usually have to dig. Let's see, so that one's going to be under there. Probably out here in the middle would be the best access point. Oh, wait, where is it? No. Oh, this is confusing me. Am I below it? Is it above me? Am I just losing my mind? There you are. All right, so let's go in here. It's probably right below us. You just use your terrain manipulator. Dig. There we go. There we go. All you have to do is just be able to get right up to it. You should be. I'm not close enough to it. Darn it. All right. That's not the way in. All right. Come on. Just fly straight up, sir. No, don't fly straight up, sir. Nice. All right. So, I'm going to have to take a different approach in, and I think I was right in the first place. I just lost sight of it. Here we go. We dig. And we dig. But you don't have to get right directly to the front of it. Or, gosh, maybe you do. Damaged panel. Oh no, I just got to blast this thing. So blast away, shall we? Let's switch back over to... So essentially this whole thing is underground. But that's the cargo pod there. So when this thing crashed, it's probably been here a long time. But let's see, as I said, you don't have to be actually to the control interface. You just need to be adjacent to it. And it will allow you to get inside. All right, what does this thing have to offer? Unstable gel ×1. And when you pop open one of these things, if you've never done this before, you get a massive dose of radiation when you open up one of those bad guys. You know, but ultimately, stuff that kind of things that you really want are like the salvage frigate data or the salvage data. Very helpful to have. But again, this is a rabbit hole. So I'm only going to do one more, and then I'll get back on track here. Now, I might be able to get to this one without having to dig. Yeah, wishful thinking, perhaps. Yeah, I'm going to have to dig. All right. I said we'd do it, so let's do it. Right there, yeah. And here comes the radio. Oh, not yet. Get rid of that stuff. Get rid of that stuff. And come on, give me something good. Silicate powder, yeah. Hot ice. All right, at least I can sell that. And there's the radiation blast. All right. Well, I didn't come here to do this, so I'm just going to kind of carry on my merry way. All right. Yeah, just give me a second. I'll get that party chat thing going there. All righty. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I think it's in here. Testing 1 2. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, most excellent. Hello there.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing well.
Excellent. And happy Sunday afternoon. I believe you're at the tail end of your vacation.
Yes, tail end of it.
It was a good one.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff done here on No Man's Sky, and I've been searching for planets with floating islands and multi-tools and ships and all kinds of stuff, and yeah, I got a few to post to Discord. I left under a message that said, hey, could you add a couple more channels, like a planet section, multi-tool, ship section, so we're not just cramming everything into the general discussion.
That is awesome.
Did you say... Oh,
go ahead.
I have found a couple of floating island planets in G-class systems. Unfortunately, none with oceans, but I have saved the locations so I can post them. But yeah, like I said, it seems to be like the different regions have, it's either an F-class or it's G-class, and if you're stuck in that region, that's all you're going to find is one or the other.
I can absolutely affirm that. again, I've been on a little bit here, a little bit there, trying to do the same thing, and I found the exact same thing. It's either all F or all G, and there's
Yeah.
just no two ways about it. But I am glad to see that it is a mixture in both the inner, like the outer rim, as well as the core. But I still think that it seems that the likelihood of finding them near the core in systems near the core is better. Um, but I haven't searched extensively in the outer rim to really be able to say that, but it seems that way.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my next things, was going to jump out to the outer ring or outer rim and just kind of look around out there. But yeah, I've been mostly looking close, like within 10,000 light years of the core.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice, nice, nice. Did you? A question on the multi tools. Did you see the most recent Hero to You video, and were those the multi tools you were looking for?
no, I actually found another alien multi-tool in Sudzerbal just at one of the space stations.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's not something that you see every day. So even though the supercharged slots weren't great, it's like I just made a quick picture, and I don't know if I posted to Discord yet, but I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's just something you don't see every day. So it's like, you know what? Every time I find one like that, I'll share. And especially like that experimental one I found that ends up being a 3 grouped together and one off to the side. It's like, yeah, definitely gonna share that one.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
But yeah,
Love it.
I did go and get one of the Atlantis multi-tools that Hero has shown, because they do tend to mine just a little bit faster than anything else. So.
Mm-hmm. And they look really cool too. I mean, I was looking at those, just going, man, it's just it's like a neat design to have this like sort of, the Atlas-like kind of mechanisms going on with it or whatever it is, and it just looks cool.
Yeah, and there's about as many different shapes and sizes of them as there seems to be of Sentinel ships.
That's awesome. I like it. That the variety in this game is, especially with the multi-tools, is pretty excellent. So I was definitely thinking about doing that. In fact, I was tempted to actually stream that today, but I was like, I don't want to let go of the chasing the waterfalls quite yet, because it's fun and it's really cool too. And I feel that it's still a little bit wonky, and it's still kind of really one of the newest parts of the game. In one of Hero's videos, I did see that some people, with the latest update, it's difficult. You can build a base on any floating island now, but it's difficult to find the zone or the box to actually place your base computer. Like, there seems to be a lot of issues with that.
I think it's the bigger ones you can. It's
Mm-hmm.
this. You weren't able to land on all of them before. Now you can land on them, but not necessarily get a base computer on some of those smaller ones.
Mm.
And I haven't really tried it because I haven't really been very lucky here lately, and I haven't gone back to any of the old planets to test it out.
Right, right.
So
I would say this. I did go back, at least when someone had left a comment on the channel here, saying that like we were saying earlier, that they couldn't find the islands were loading in, rendering, or glitched or something like that. So I went back and checked all mine real quick, just to be like, make sure the islands were still there. So thankfully, that at least that they were still there. That was good. But yeah. Ew, I just found a paradise planet with light showers. I almost don't get excited anymore. I'm almost like a little bit numb as I'm searching, because it's like, oh, this seems like this would be the perfect planet. And you get to it, it's like, oh. The chances just don't seem to be as good as they should be.
yeah, I actually think on my this planet has bubbles. One of the planets I found had, I think it was like everything that we were looking for, except it was just a really weird color and kind of foggy, and it's like, but
Almost.
I mean, it was paradise. It had no weather, no sentinels,
Nice.
but it's like, and it had like mountains. So like some of the islands were like right up against the land because the mountains shot up out of the ground so high. It's
Interesting.
like, that'd be really cool. But then like the low-lying areas of the planet was like all foggy. Like,
Huh.
So I don't know if I posted that one to Discord yet or not, but yeah, I'm definitely going to do that one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll definitely like fly to all of those. Everything that's posted in the Discord, so you can bring them to everybody so you can see them. Um,
Wow,
but
there's a
I was
lot of
going
bubbles on this planet. I can already see.
Brillious storms, Brillious.
This one is called Poison Cyclones,
Ooh, multiple names for the same thing.
and it's like a purple moon, so it's like it is so hard to see through all the bubbles. There's so many of them. Oh,
Oh man, I
but
wish we
there's
could
a minor
just share
settlement, so I'm
screens.
going to check out the multi-tool.
Yeah. I
I
gotta ask a
did see
question.
that.
That planet, the planet with the high mountains that you found, the floating islands, was that the first one like that that you found? 'Cause-
I have found some with some other mountains on them, but nothing like this one. I mean, there's like large valleys and areas between them. That there's floating islands like right there. It's like some of the mountaintops are like taller than the mountains.
Oof.
So like you could jump from an island to a mountain and back. So
Yep.
you could actually expand your base quite a ways out. It looked pretty cool on it. But like I
Yep.
said, it's not my favorite color, and like I said, there is quite a bit of fog, especially in the low-lying areas of the planet. So,
Yep. At
but
least
yeah,
that's realistic. You know, I mean, because
yeah,
that's the way it would be. So I do like that. Um, I like the freighter in. Oh, hey, Jeff. Jeff writes, I built on a floating island last week, and 2 days later, the island had moved, and the base hadn't. Oh, that was fun. Oh man, I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm not. I'm laughing just because of the ridiculousness of that. Because oh man, that sucks. Hopefully, it's close enough that you can like ramp over to it or something. But you can move your base if you need to. I don't actually know how easy that would be to do, but it's possible. Um, but damn, that sucks. Yikes. So again, we're hearing reports of
that
bizarre glitch level weirdness.
that would
So
be like one of my fears that would happen. Is like I have the base like you go through the terrain just right and everything, and then all of a sudden it's like it moves and there's some base there with
right.
no island.
Yeah, but no island. And the thing is, though, is like to build on these islands, it's a lot of. I'm going to use a term that I just really like, fuckery, to get the pieces, into these places. And it's not just like, okay, I'm just going to plop down a pre-built, habitat or something. It takes a little work. Jeff, yeah, you had to rebuild it. I'm sorry, bud. But yeah, it's like, oh shit. But again, through the course of some of the more like global updates, all kinds of weirdness has happened. I've lost bases. Both of us, Citris, he's had all kinds of weird effects happen when to his bases when the like the orbital updates have come through, or just going back all the way from the last year to 2 years. Some of these updates have really nerfed the planets, and sometimes the bases themselves or the surrounding areas of the bases. You build on a paradise planet, you come back, and it's like a geological disaster.
Yep.
But it's just, it's the way of things. All right, jump back in here. But yeah, sorry, Jeff, man. Like, that blows. But if you want to send the coordinates, I'm happy to go there and check it out.
This is a really pretty planet, just no floating islands.
Yeah. You know what? I came across one recently that I found a weird, like gigantic tree type. It was like stumps that had legs. Um,
I have found a couple of those. It is kind of weird. It's like someone came through and cut down all the trees.
right, right. It was like this sort of like, and it had a weird base too. It was like a mangrove. It had like a bunch of like weird sort of stumpy legs. And it was just like lopped off, just like some huge scythe just came through, and oh no, it's Andy. Hey Andy, how you doing,
Andy.
buddy? Good to see you, man. But yeah, it was like just some big, huge scythe just went through and chopped them, and it's just super cool. And I have it in, like I record everything when I'm playing, so I was like, oh man, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I got to go back and just sort of like do a couple of highlight reels of these like ridiculous things that I've been finding. But that one really stuck out. That was the first time I had found one of those. So I'm glad to hear that you found them too, so that it's like, okay, this.
And
Go ahead.
I would suggest this: don't discount those dissonant systems, because I have found some really nice planets there with water and everything. I just haven't found any floating islands on any of them yet, but
Well,
you
that'd be
have
like
to then watch the rabbit hole of going after the Sentinel ships and stuff.
uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
why I have been avoiding them, but I'm trying to not now, just because it's like what happens if there's the perfect planet on one of those?
right?
You know?
Yep.
So,
You know, and realistically too, the perfect planet could actually be in a red star system too, like or in a red,
it
you
it
know,
could. I mean, there are paradise planets in those red, green, and white systems, but
you know,
or in the blue ones. But
I mean, we're
yeah,
just running the odds here. So
of
another
course,
thing
some
I've
of
been
those like don't have space stations too, so they're
that's
completely abandoned.
yep, like the system in Eissentam that I came into when I did the what's it, the sunrise hack lift to so you just enter the same one in and it brings you to the galactic core area roughly. Um, that was actually a red star system and there was like 85 player bases there because everybody used the same way to get there. Like, oh, I only have one glyph portal key, so I'll just use that. Like, okay. But yeah, otherwise it was just a complete flop of a system, And the planet that everybody built on, it was like, well, if it's not storming, it looks beautiful, but otherwise it's slop, you know. And worse so now after the latest update, because they took slop to a whole new level. Um, so Andy, how you been, man? What's new? I assume that you've also been just rolling around checking out everything that's cool and new. F4PF. All right, let's give this one a shot. And it has. I was going to say also, I've been checking, like when I've been doing this too, I've been sort of fancying systems that have more planets in them, so it's just a higher likelihood of, just bucking the odds.
Yeah, I've been doing the same, and I did adjust my mic, Andy. It's just this mic will pick up every ambient sound around if it's up too loud. I need to get my other mic out, but I haven't.
And it's really hard for me to tell because in my headset, he sounds normal. And when I turn up my monitor, everything's going to sound like echoing and feedback now. And when I turn up my monitor,
Yep, I can hear you too.
everything's going to sound like echoing and feedback now. And when I turn up my monitor,
Yep, I can hear you too.
yeah, I mean, it sounds like we're fairly near even volume, so yeah, if something sounds off, definitely let us know. But yeah, that'd be kind of funny though. Dog breathing next to you.
Well, mine will pick up like the fan over in the other room.
I suppose I could turn my mic down a little bit. Maybe that would help. Um, all right, I completely lost track of where it was. Right. I'll go to my galactic war map. So again, bouncing around the galactic core of Eissentam, and we've come to the discovery, I should say, the affirmation that the different regions around the galactic core are going to be, the yellow star system is going to be dominated either by all F or all G systems, and we're still going with the theory that the F systems seem to yield a higher chance of finding these planets with the floating islands, and so we're just kind of bouncing around and taking a look. I went fairly exhaustively at the G-class star systems around this galactic core, and I didn't find anything. I'm saying probably 30, probably about 30 systems. And so now I found a cluster, a region that does have the F-class planets here, and it's probably my third one since I've been streaming today, and I haven't found anything yet. But I'm going to bang around a little more, and I might bounce out to the outer rim and check out there just for hoo-ha's. But please, anybody that's watching and listening, share your experiences, please, please, please. As we put together our theories and continue the hunt for those ever elusive floating islands and waterfalls on a perfect planet for us. And I am in the Kidmer conflux.
Yeah, I have found, I think, 2 floating island planets in a G system, but they just seem to be much fewer and farther between than the F systems. Mm-hmm. The F-class star systems.
Yeah. And I mean, in total, we can add at least one more to that. And if you look at all of our searches, I'm guessing we're probably up at about 400 to 500 systems at this point between the three of us, probably easily. and only finding 2 or 3 in G-class systems is, pretty good tell.
Yeah, I think I found like 8 or 9 in the F class and only 1 in the G class.
And I've only found 1 at all. That was in an F class.
I know. I got really lucky that one day I found 3, and it's like, wow.
Oof, that's pretty impressive. maybe today will be the day that I find one. I would be super happy. You guys can all hear me yelling and screaming over there. Yay! All right, 5 planets. That's a good start. And look at that. Paradise. All right. With blissful weather. All right. Check that one. Arctic planet. No bueno. Another paradise planet. With balmy
You know
weather.
what I'd really like to find is a system that has like all of the major resources in one.
Ooh.
I'd like to consolidate all my mining to like one star system, so I wouldn't have to. The load times, because of all of the bases and everything, it's like the more I build, the longer it takes to load.
Yep. Yep. You know, that was another thing I was thinking. It was like, I maybe I could do the most boring stream in the universe where I just actually go through and nerf all of my old bases just to do maintenance stuff on my account.
I actually thought about if I could find a system like that, completely just scrap all of my mining bases and start over in a single system. But I mean, I do know how to build them a whole lot faster now, so it wouldn't be all that difficult. But man, it would suck.
Well, I mean, yes and no though. The end result would be a much more efficient set of bases, though.
Yeah, once I go to one, it's like I just stay in that system, jump around, because the one I have like it does have everything but paraffinium right now. I could move my one dioxide base there, and it would save me a little time. But it's like if I had everything there, because the only thing that system is missing, it's got 2 hot planets and no paradise planet or lush planet. It's like, man, if I could get everything in one star system.
Be useful.
I mean, I still probably couldn't get a rusted metal, because I think that you can only really find those on abandoned planets. So, and I haven't seen more than 6 planets in a system. So,
I think I'm doing something really stupid right now.
oh, I did that the other day, and I almost got stuck, and I almost killed myself doing that.
You know, that those are words to the wise. I think I'm going to turn around.
Yeah, I had a hard time turning around.
It just looks so tempting. It's like rabbit hole, literally a rabbit hole in the ground.
I would do that in an exosuit in a starship.
Oops. All right. Well, nonetheless.
In a guppy, that way you
Yeah, right.
the smallest ship you can take in there.
I just couldn't help it, man. I just couldn't help it. I did find on that system that I did find, I found that although it was predominantly there was no water, there were lakes, not a big ocean at all. And the lakes were at the bottom of these like sort of gullies, if you will. I'm not sure if that's the right word. Ravines, kind of like this but deeper. And that was it for water. And I flew around the whole planet. I was like, oh darn it, no. So there weren't any oceans, but I did find it interesting because the water was super shallow. And I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here's a city. Cool. Yeah, it was just an interesting planet. I was planning on doing a quick little, either stream or video on it. I'm not sure which. I'll just go back there and stream it. I left the base there to get back to it. But unfortunately, this very, very lovely, mostly waterless, I shouldn't say waterless because I know there's oceans here. Oh, wait. This is an interesting thing. I hadn't really noticed. I want to come back around and just take a quick look at this to make a point. There's actually an underwater sort of ravine here. I haven't really noticed that level of detail, topographically speaking, in lakes. Not so much, at least. Maybe I just haven't looked enough, and this is everywhere. But usually these lakes are just shallow, like I was just saying. But this one has like sort of a deeper section to it. It leads to a flooded underwater cave. That would be kind of neat.
That is kind of neat. I just found a planet called Ultramarine, but I don't see any water on it.
Maybe somebody forgot to tell the planet.
And it's a frosty planet, iced over. It's like, and there's like no color. The filter is just gray. There is zero color here.
Huh. Oh, you know what? I had found
Even
either a completely monochromatic planet. Like it was really
yeah,
bizarre. Like
my starship trail is green, and there is no starship trail. It's just white.
that's awesome. Yeah, it really stands out when you find a planet like that. I remember just going like, huh, well, that looks pretty cool. Huh.
Yeah, I found a couple like this. I found one that was called a wine red planet, and it was everything was red. But this is just weird. It's an ultramarine planet with no water.
This looks to me like I should build like a Pirates of the Caribbean kind of base here or something. It's like, what? Oh man, did I miss the ledge? Oh, I made it. All right. I got excited, but no, I'm not gonna do it. All right, let me get back on track here.
Yeah, I gotta go find the tropical planet here and its moon.
Oh, I am tempted, man. Like these little like waterways on this planet are just kind of interesting. But if it only had floating islands too. Well, you know what? I'll at least spin up the coordinates in case anybody's watching and they're like, hey, you know what? I think that's an interesting looking planet. I'd build a base there. Well, there's the coordinates if you are interested. Come to the system and check out the Paradise Planet, I believe. You'll find it. It's here. Again, in Eissentam. And there it is. The name of it is Sakutam Beok. Who the hell comes up with this shit? Sakutam. Sounds like some sort of a disease or medical condition. Alright, but anyway, there should be one other planet. I believe it's Verdant or Viridescent. One of the V's. Is that one there? Nope. That's Arctic. That, I believe, is it over there. No, that is a chromatic fog planet. As colorful as that may be, it's not what we're looking for. There it is, the Paradise Planet. Alrighty. Are you still searching through the galactic core areas?
I am in the galactic core area.
Loosely.
Yeah, I'm about 4,000 light years from it right now.
And you're still in Sudzerbal?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think to find my ideal system with all the materials I need, I think I need to go to a normal system so I have less chance of finding the Lush Planets, because it seems every time I go to any of these in Sudzerbal, it's like there's 2 or 3 Lush Planets. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to find what I'm looking for.
I keep coming back to the conversation that we keep having about water. Water in relation to Paradise Planets and Lush Planets. Well, that's like, okay.
You would think it would just go hand in hand.
I would think, you know, or yeah, I mean, I can't even think of an or, I mean, except for maybe underground water systems, I guess. But
I mean, all the rain and everything's got to go somewhere.
But there is no rain on Paradise Planets. All right, here's another one for you. I have noticed a couple of times, and I'm not sure if that's just because I was really tired at the time or not, but I've been on some lush planets where the weather was supposed to be good, and yet I was encountering super bad weather. And my thought on that, because the information piled up like this, I was in a hotter temperature system, and I was thinking that maybe the heat of the system overrides the individual planetary weather at times. Maybe? What do you think? Have you run into anything like that?
Anything is possible. Usually when I find a planet and it says like blissful weather or something, I
Hmm.
don't find any kind of storms. But I haven't really paid attention. I mean, uh, I think on even like the mildly pleasant ones, you might get a rain shower here and there, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
really
this was a
haven't.
full-on like hazard protection level weather event. And I
Okay.
was like,
Well,
either it's glitching or I'm glitching, or maybe I was in creative mode and didn't catch it, you know, or something like that, or I don't know what. But it just surprised me. It just surprised me, which I guess brings up another point. If you're playing this in creative mode, you're not going to be finding the paradise planets quite as much. So
yeah, and
maybe,
if you're in like a survival mode, you won't find them as much because it changes those as well.
yep.
I
So,
did watch that video that Hero did about that.
yep, yeah, I did too, and that's just kind of a good point. Something to keep in mind. F0, F7. Oh, check that out. So we're literally right across the border in the other region. G, right there, like the Mason-Dixon line right there. Oh, here we go. F5, we'll take it. Let's go.
Another thing I noticed, I was on the wiki, and the wiki says there's only about 20 regions per system, per galaxy. It's like, I think
Really?
I've run into way more than that.
Yeah, way more than that. That can't be right.
I think they're only listing 20 regions, but
Hmm. Yeah, like I would think there's like 20 regions just around the core, like, and even that seems like a small number.
yeah,
So that's odd. Maybe it's discovered. I don't know. That
I
that
don't
just
know,
can't be
maybe.
true.
But I've gone through and looked at multiple galaxies, and they only list about 20
Mm-hmm.
regions per.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed that too when we were doing that thing when we were jumping out to Galaxy 30. You know, and I was getting my eyes on each system in the wiki there, and I was like, my gosh, there's just so little information or exploration that's been posted, at least in the wiki, on
Yeah,
uh,
and some of that's like hasn't been updated for
long
a
time.
few years.
Yep.
I think that's because most of the exploration is done between the first and 10th galaxies.
Hmm. Makes sense. I mean, it's almost an overwhelming thought to think, wow, there's still a whole bunch, 226 galaxies or something like that that I haven't even been to yet.
Yeah. Well, I still find galaxies that have been found like 2 years ago in Sudzerbal, so not like people haven't been here.
True. True. So here we go, an overgrown planet which is on the lush list, but the weather is scalding rainstorms. No, thank you. Foggy planet, nope. A life incompatible planet, lovely. Cloudy planet, yeah, there's just not even anything in this system worth a checking out. Overgrown with crappy weather, so there's one possibility, but no thank you. So we'll just continue to march onwards. Again, I'm in Galaxy 10. Citris is in Galaxy 30. We're both pretty much doing the same thing, looking around for yellow star systems, F class, floating islands with waterfalls. F6. All right, we'll open the range. Yeah, you know what? There's only two planets in this system. I think I want a bigger system than that. Yeah, there we go. F4 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we do it. I think it'd be more realistic, I suppose.
Yeah. I think at least like 9 or 10. But
Hmm.
like I said, I think the most I've seen is 6. I mean, I could be wrong. There might be one with 7, but I don't think I've found one with more than 6 planets.
I guess an interesting thought about that too is like realistically, there's no gas giants in this game because you can't land on them. I assume so that takes a whole classification of planet types right out.
Well, actually, I did see something that they might. I don't remember if it was on No Man's Sky or if it was on another game, but they were talking about gas giants coming to the game.
Ooh.
I'm like, well, that would be kind of cool to have different planet types coming in, and that might have been one of those speculation videos, like for the Worlds 2 update. But yeah,
Yep, yep. There's an awful lot of those speculation videos out there. I tend to be coming across those from time to time myself. Interesting and fun, for sure. All right, this system I found 2 planets that are qualifiers. Grassy with pleasant weather, and flourishing with humid. Both are on the list. Let's go check them out.
oh, there's a. Oh, he took off. No.
Darn you,
There
get
was
back
an
here.
exotic in this space station that I missed.
Oh,
It took
bummer.
off before I could go.
Bummer, bummer.
That's alright.
Well, at least know the system it's in.
Not that I need any more storage augments. I mean, I found like 4 in the last 10 systems at the Merchant Guild.
I'm slowly
Guild.
grinding my way through that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been picking up as like. Let me actually just go to my freighter real quick because I've got. Okay, I found a lot of multi-tool here lately because I've got 60 in my.
That's awesome, dude. That is awesome.
And I don't know exactly how many like storage augmentations I have because I keep 3 stacks of them in my freighter,
Mm-hmm.
and once I get up to like 30, I just move them into my storage. But
Are all
yeah,
your ships
I know
all
I
like,
just
maxed out?
yeah, all of my ships. Well, not maxed because I don't. I only max out like haulers.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is like so like if I actually did go and get a shuttle. I'm using it just for storage, and I max it out, and it maxes out at 110 storage spots.
Really?
But yeah, I also got just a cheapo hauler I built just to store extra stuff in because I was like, I cleared out like all my extra mods because I buy all those tech packets and I open them up and I'm like, I don't sell them, I keep them, and it's like I need more storage space, so I put a bunch of those in a hauler and cleared out. I have like actually 3 storage containers in my freighter now that it's empty.
There you go. I guess the
Yeah,
difference is I definitely do sell them.
I do too, but I mean, I really don't need the nanites anymore.
Point. Very good point.
Especially if you've been to that new base yet.
I have not been to the new one. I remember the other one being a very crashy experience for me.
Yeah, well, the new one, if you hit all 3 teleporters, you'll end up with about 60,000 mold
Damn.
in one run.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty worth
because
it.
you get about 25,000 just at the main base, and I just happened to take a look around, and it's like, oh look, that's within base limits.
Mm-hmm.
Built a teleporter bridge to that one, and between that one and the other one that I found close by, you get about another 35,000 mold between all 3 of them. So you get almost 60,000, between 58 and 60,000 mold in a single run through. Then you hit the teleporter bridge, teleport out and back, and you can start all over again.
And does that grind at a 1-to-1 to nanites?
Well, so if I run through it 4 times, I can fill up the 23 refiners there,
Mm-hmm.
which ends up being what, just under 30,000 nanites per run or something.
That's pretty impressive.
Let's just go back and double check on.
I'm rolling up to my second option in this star system, a grassy
I
planet.
don't know, it's like 40, 45, 40. You get over 40,000 nanites if you go and empty out all the refiners.
That's pretty impressive.
And that's just 4 runs through, you can fill them all up. So, and it doesn't take but, what, maybe 5 minutes to make the 4 runs through there. Especially if you have a really good multi-tool that burns through those runaway mold that fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that new Atlantean multi-tool I got definitely burns through them pretty quick.
Yeah, it seems like the right one for the job. So,
I mean, I had a...
Go ahead.
a Sentinel mulch tool that did really well, but as long as you got that uh, optical drill, I think it is, it gives you the bonus for resources.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in a supercharged slot. Yeah,
Good to go.
makes a big difference because I tested it out. It's like without it, you only get like 42,000, but with it, you get like 58, 59,000.
Excellent.
So, yeah, definitely want to supercharge that optical drill part.
It's playing the numbers to get the best result. So here's the thing. As I said before, I've been coming occasionally across these planets where I'm finding floating plant life. Thought it was pretty cool. So just want to give people a look at it. Kind of faked me out a little bit when I was coming down from orbit. I was like, ooh, floating things. No, not islands, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I found a few of those, and you can actually jump up on those and stand on them.
No doubt, really. Oh, well,
yeah,
that's going to be worth a picture.
You will not fall through them.
I don't
think you can land on them, but yeah, I have gotten out of my ship and gotten up onto them, and I'm going to stand on them.
Well, this one's just asking me to do it, so I'm going to do it. Just try to. Come on, let me on. Nope, I missed that entirely. I jumped right over it. All right. Oh, that is so cool looking, though. Man, very fluid motion. That's cool. Maybe this one isn't going over there, darling. All right, right over it. Oh! How about that? All right, picture time. Actually, I should go into third person mode first so I can actually see myself. Here. And selfie time. So yeah, there's these flowers, you see?
I just got lucky here. I found the floating island planet.
Did you now?
Yep. Occasional scalding clouds.
Well, that sounds exciting. In a bad weather kind of way.
Yeah. And really no flora, except what looks like a giant flower. Cornstalk. I thought they were taking the giant cornstalks out.
There was a thing about that, wasn't there?
Yeah. I mean, that's about the only plant on this planet.
But apparently they didn't get around to cleaning that one up. You know, I'm kind of tempted
the
to
floating
come see
islands
that.
have trees. Like different kinds of trees.
Should I come over there and see that? Actually, we're not grouped. I'm not sure how I do that.
Well, I could post this to Discord real fast if you want.
You know, I think I do. You know what? You got me intrigued enough, and since I'm very frustrated because I've been hunting and hunting, and I haven't found any over here in Eissentam. So, everybody, just bear with me for a second. Jump over to Discord.
Let me go get that picture off of the PlayStation app so I can.
Discord. Computer, go. Do your job.
Captures.
Man, internet is so blazing fast here. Not. Right. Let's see if this is all going to work. Yay. Is this going to be under the general?
It will be as soon as I
Okay.
crop this down so it's just the glyphs for you.
Yep. I appreciate that. Old guy and all. Terrible vision. I remember that during the last stream, I was like, yeah, I want to come out and see you. Wherever it was, I was trying to go, couldn't read the coordinates to save my life.
Yeah, I find myself having to zoom into it to see him.
Yeah, even zoomed in, I couldn't see crap. No.
All right, should be on there.
Yep, just popped up. I see it. We'll be on our way shortly. Gotta get over to the base in that galaxy.
It's funny, my portal base here, I think in Sudzerbal, is way out like 800,000 light years from the core.
Nice. I'm kind of base happy, so I have a whole bunch of bases.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yep. And again, I'm the guy that needs to kind of maybe scale back a little bit. Alright. I'll go to my glyph portal floating island space. Go to yours. Alright, so we are returning to Sudzerbal, Galaxy 30, after a most disappointing tour through Galaxy 10. But this will hopefully be the highlight, because at least we'll find a planet with some floating islands and waterfalls, and perhaps some interesting plants. Away we go. And I can go back over to the channel page so I can see the chat at least till we get there. Quiet chat today. But it's a Sunday. Don't usually do it on Sundays. I was like, it's a Sunday. Nobody's going to be paying attention on a Sunday. But yet, nonetheless, there are 6 of you out there. Hello, everybody.
I just happened to see my phone flash and the notification. I'm like, what's the YouTube notification? I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Because my daughter and I were watching in the middle of a 6-hour movie.
Oh gosh, 6-hour movie, dude. Like, yikes.
It was a mini-series back in the day, and it's broken up into 4 1.5-hour segments.
Wow.
We were just about to the end of the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you ever read the book or have seen the movie The Stand by Stephen King.
Oh my god, are you serious? Like with the Randall Flagg and all that?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. I can highly get behind that. I thought that was absolutely excellent. Yes,
I read both versions of the book and the movie, and it's like one of my favorites.
It's a winner. It's definitely a winner. Wait, where is the glyph? There it is. Okay. So, yeah. Yep. And that is definitely a commitment to watch that for sure.
Yeah.
Big commitment.
Each piece is an hour 30. One of them's an hour 29, and the last one's like an hour 31. So it is exactly 6 hours long.
All right, folks, if you guys are following along and this is someplace that you want to get to, I'll go slow when I get to the end of this so you can check out the coordinates. And I'll show it to you once I get to the other side as well. You get the bird, and the butterfly, and the trivia pursuit piece thingy, and the sunrise thingy.
Oh, notice this actually has the old floating islands on it as well.
Really? The low to the ground ones?
Yeah, the low to the ground ones.
Nice.
I mean, I can see at least that one is floating. A couple of them look like they're touching the ground, but...
Alright. A couple of triangle things, and we'll follow it up at the end. The last one here is the rocket ship. Oh gosh, that's such a bright background that is so hard to see. Sorry about that, everybody, but here we go. And again, I will take a picture in photo mode on the other side so you can see it, hopefully with a darker background. But we are in Galaxy 30, checking out something that Citris has found. That's something being a planet with floating islands and waterfalls. Alright, tally-ho! Boom. On our way.
The multiplayer is enabled, so you should be able to find me when you get here.
I'm pretty sure mine's enabled, so we should be good. Excellent.
Yeah, the trees on these floating islands are like zebra striped, red and white.
Oh, I can't wait. It's a highly stylized planet.
And for when did I say it was? Where's the occasional scalding clouds? I haven't found any weather the whole time I've been here.
Lowell Send. Alright. Orozawa. Say it angry so it sounds like it's Japanese or something. Okay, there we go. Floating islands, most definitely. And palmy tree-looking things. These are pretty cool. One
If
of the
you're at the top of those
I mean trees.
tree-looking things, there's a cornstalk. It definitely looks like a cornstalk in there.
It does. And they were going to get rid of those?
Well, I think they were in abundance, so I think they were getting rid of some of them, but not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
This is a pretty cool planet. I like the mixture of the old and the new floating islands. The floaties, that's pretty cool. All right, I said I was going to do it, so I really should, but I just saw something that caught my eye over here. Oh, okay, there's the plants over there. All right.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen the same trees on the actual planet that is up on the floating islands.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm going to hop in my ship.
It's almost like they have their own flora up there.
Love it. So the glyph portal coordinates to this world, bottom left corner. Got a nice dark background, so everybody should be able to see that if you squint really close and you stream it, it's going to, pretty good bit rate, and you got your glasses on, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to see it. I'm looking over at my monitor for the stream. I'm like, no, probably not. But anyway, Galaxy 30. For all you folks with good eyes, there you go. And where the heck is my spaceship? It's definitely cloudy and foggy and stuff, that's for sure. There's my ship, okay. I keep forgetting I actually have a jetpack and rocket boots. I should probably use that. Need to get there a lot faster. Alright, heading up. I love it. There's one with the waterfalls right at the edge of the ocean. Right at the edge.
That's right. There is oceans here too.
Uh-huh. And they are right buffered right up against it. But I think that the theory holds true. I think. At least close to it, because I think I have found a couple of them that are actually over water. Yep. Shallow water, but nonetheless water. But out over the open ocean, nope, not at all. All right, so let's get up on top of one of these guys and check out these trees you were talking about. Oh, is that you? That's you. Hello, you. I think that's you. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, I like your ship. Big fan of the exotics.
Yep, this is my favorite exotic that I found. I actually went and found this one on the coordinate exchange.
Mm-hmm. I believe I have that one in white. He's pretty close to it.
Yeah, I didn't want the gold tips on it, so I went and found one that's got the gray or black tips.
Oh, yeah, I got the gold. I had no idea.
Alright, now where did that island go that had the waterfall on it? I remember it was right here.
For the mist. But this is interesting because, like you said, like some of them have trees and some of them don't. Oof. And apparently you can bounce right off of them. Not that easy to land on either.
I was having a hard time landing on them.
Right?
I know there was, at a time, unless you had a ship that would hover, you really couldn't land on it at all, but...
Let's get back up in the air and let's test this theory out. I want one of the ones, yeah, like right where you are.
Unable to initiate landing.
Looks like you just bounced off of that, dude.
I did. Yeah, I cannot land.
I'm having some pretty interesting visual effects here. Everything just went kind of blue, and then must be those superheated storms.
This is a bigger island. Let's see if we can land on it. Yep.
I mean, there's got to be a hitbox up here somewhere, somehow. But I'm literally rolling right across the surface of it, and I can't land on it either.